Welcome to another episode of SG Crypto. Just got back from VCon. I hit up the Discord, see if anybody was out there. It didn't look like there was, but man, what a time. For those of you that don't know, VCon it's an annual conference, 2022, 23, and 24, hosted by Gary Vaynerchuk for really all holders of his NFT. VFriends, and through VFriends you can get a ticket, which is in the form of an NFT, but basically it was just massive crypto conference. It was an amazing time. It wasn't really just crypto, there's a lot of other talk just around like positivity, and it was overall just a really awesome time. But with that, a little bit of a segue from VCon and something that kind of inspired me to do, just because of the way, if any of you know Gary Vaynerchuk, he's all about giving out, content for free, all about free, just, providing as much value as possible. And you guys know that, I've been in DeFi for quite some time, and I devoted quite a bit of time to developing that DeFi course that, I previously was going to sell, right? But I have decided, it's all complete and everything, but I've decided, kind of inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk, that I'm going to do it for free. So it's already set, it's already free. The link to this will be in the description. So what you have, it's really an A to Z curriculum on mastering DeFi, teaching you the ins and outs, strategies within DeFi, how you can start, creating some passive income with it, giving you a really good understanding of not only DeFi, but also all of the use cases within it. It's free now, as you can see there, 13 lessons, 4 hours of video content, and at the end of it, you'll also be able to schedule 4 30-minute one-on-ones with me. So if you're having problems with DeFi, you can click the link at the end of the course, and it will bring you to a schedule where you'll schedule out, you'll schedule your first one-on-one with me. It's just really a way for me to answer any questions you have. And even if now, maybe you're not interested in the course and you already have a really good understanding of everything within DeFi, you can still schedule a one-on-one, So you just have to sign up for the course and go to the last video here and sign up, and if that's a little too complicated, you can just email me at sgcryptoedu@gmail.com, and I will we'll set up a time to chat. I have a few people in the comments that are they're asking me if I have any one-on-ones and if I have like a paid subscription for that kind of thing, but I don't. And I'm just going to do it for free. And, I just want to provide as much value as possible, inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk. So if you're having problems in DeFi, email me with a little bit of context around what you're dealing with so I can maybe do some research on it if I don't have a very good grasp on it, and, we'll set up a time to talk. And I appreciate every single one of you that are showing up consistently, and anyone that's new. But beyond that, we also have the Discord that you can join, obviously free. Everything is in the description. It's just see here, I tried to reach out if people were at VCon, no one was there. But yeah, it was a great time, and I'm looking forward to this kind of new thought process I have with creating content. So this video is going to be exciting for me personally, just because of this new update to Flare that is going to be coming. So firstly, let's start with the DFLR airdrop. Those of you, know that when the mainnet launches, when Flare mainnet launches, we are going to receive, or we're going to use our DFLR to get the other governance tokens of the mainnet, which are YFLR and YFIN. But as of now, there's a bit of an update regarding the DFLR and how that's all going to work. So let's get into that. So the ExFi airdrop on Songbird was an educational experience in both market and community reaction. So the ExFi airdrop took place end of last year or beginning of this year. I kind of forget. But what happened with that was, as soon as the airdrop happened, first of all, you had to hold Songbird to get the airdrop. And as soon as the snapshot took place, which was on a specific date at a specific time that was given to everybody so that they knew when it was happening, right after the airdrop, Songbird tanked. and because everybody was just selling out of it. They clearly only wanted it for that ExFi airdrop and they weren't in it for the utility, just the free money, quote unquote. So as with all things, Songbird has taught us lessons that we will leverage to improve and perfect the experience of using Flare Finance on the Flare network. With the approach of the proposed launch date for Flare, which is they're expecting July 4th, we have made some decisions with how we will handle the DFLR airdrop. I really like this. I already read through this obviously, but I really like what they're going to be doing. So before Songbird was announced, we had decided to perform the DFLR airdrop based on holdings of the Flare token. Okay, this was their previous decision, so depending on how much DFLR you're holding, they're going to airdrop you a proportionate value in Flare. We will still honor this commitment, but we will expand the airdrop to include ExFi holders. The reason for this decision is twofold. One, we believe it makes sense to give greater governance weight to those who are actively participating in Flare Finance product testing on Songbird. ExFi holders have a vested interest in the success of the platform and have shown a commitment to the community and what we are building. Two, this is the second of the two-part reasoning. Two, dropping DFLR solely to Flare holders risks a repeat of the market behavior that led to the significant price crash of SGB Songbird post ExFi airdrop. So, it quickly, as they state further, quickly became apparent there were a significant number of SGB holders who had bought and held SGB solely for the ExFi airdrop, as we kind of touched on. This was not something we had anticipated, as we believed in the value of the Songbird network and had expected other projects to quickly begin building on the network. By reducing the DFLR airdrop percentage going to the Flare token holders, we hope to reduce market volatility around the airdrop. And so yeah, they're really just trying to, they're adapting. They saw what happened with SGB and they're adapting to the change. So here is the new change of how DFLR is going to be airdropped to people. So this is how it will be distributed. So 40 million DFLR will be locked for the APY staking rewards. So this is what we can earn this DFLR through our staking methods when the mainnet launches, of course. 20 million DFLR will be granted to the Flare Finance Foundation, 10 million to the Flare Finance team, and 1 million. Okay, and then 1 million has already been paid out as Flare Finance Songbird rewards. That was the staking that took place for a couple months there. It's already been all accrued by me and many other individuals. So that's gone. But here are the two that you want to pay attention to. And so 9 million DFLR will be airdropped to Flare holders, but then 30 million DFLR will be airdropped to ExFi holders. So ExFi just got a lot more valuable, a lot more interesting, because holders will not only be getting holders of ExFi will not only be getting more DFLR than the Flare holders, but this is the second part of why ExFi is becoming has much more utility now than really any other token that I think. So before we get into that second part, though, I want to touch on this. So the 30 million DFLR airdrop to ExFi holders will exclude the current foundation and APY Cloud ExFi holdings. So the team and anything revolving around the foundation and their holdings of ExFi, because they're obviously going to be one of the bigger percentage of holders, they're not going to be included in this. So us as mainly the participants in the network will get it. So another lesson we learned was on the manner in which we performed the snapshot for the airdrop. After seeing the and I like this part a lot. I really like this. So after seeing the impact of that snapshot on the SGB market, we have decided to perform a random snapshot of Flare and ExFi holders after Flare network launch. This snapshot will not be announced or publicized, and we will not be announcing when it is complete. We will announce the snapshot either when we announce the airdrop date or after the airdrop is concluded. So they're not going to tell you when the airdrop's happening, at what time. They're just going to, whoever's in ExFi or Flare at the time will be taken in that snapshot. And then once they decide on when they're going to airdrop it to you, then they will let you know. But as far as letting you know when the snapshot is or when the snapshot even took place in the past, they're not going to tell you. So I really like that, because it just kind of it's going to be more of the people who are actually invested in this and utilizing the network are going to be rewarded, not just the people who are trying to get in and out. Even you might be one of those people, but we look forward to the resurgence of when. You already know the answer. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but all right. And then this is the second thing that I want to touch on, and then we'll wrap up this video. This is the ExFi lockup pools. This is going to increase the value of ExFi even more, which, I mean, if you look over the past week, ExFi has gone up. It's pretty much doubled almost. So the ExFi lockup pools. Following a similar line of thinking, we will be introducing ExFi lockup farm pools. These pools will feature boosted SFIN rewards, but will require the staker to lock their ExFi into the pool for a period of time. So it's not going to be, your assets are not going to be as liquid anymore. You're going to have to lock them up for a specified period of time prior to entering these pools. But in return for that, you're getting much higher rewards in terms of SFIN, which I'm all in for. So we are still working on the details of lockup periods and reward rates, but we anticipate these pools being a rewarding place to hodl your ExFi as we work to launch governance and the APY cloud. So while you're in these pools, you can still get the snapshot. So it's just another incentive to have the ExFi token and just to reward those that are actually invested in utilizing this network like us. So the flare drops on Costin, it's a test network. It's expected to drop. We expect the test period to last for 1 to 2 weeks, but they're going to be opening up a test platform for the community to beta test in the next few weeks. I don't know what flare drops is. That's something, if you guys are interested in, you can look into, but I'm not really curious with it. These are really the two things that I found most intriguing. This DeFi airdrop and the ExFi lockup pools, because they're both just more incentive to hold ExFi token. So once this ExFi pool, ExFi/SFIN lockup pool comes, I am going to be diving into it. I'm going to be making a video right away, letting you guys know how to do it, and of course when to do it, so that we can earn as much SFIN as possible while getting that snapshot. You know, it's all going to be coinciding and working well together. But yeah, just a quick look at the ExFi price, man. So it's up to 160 now. It would just recently hit 180, where usually it was chilling about, you know, $1 on average, I'd say. But yeah, so that's it's all exciting. It should be coming in the next few days. As they stated in this Twitter post, we have entered the final testing and auditing of our new time-locked staking pools. Final lock mechanics and parameters will be announced in the following days. Okay, today is the 25th. So please refer below for the initial details on our 3 upcoming flare pools. And that's kind of what we just covered. So there is some exciting stuff coming, and I'm going to be on top of their Twitter and of course their Discord, so that, you know, myself and this community, all of you are, you know, benefiting. So that's it for this. If you're interested in that DeFi course, join. I would love to be able to help you through any problems you're having in DeFi, as well as be able to, you know, educate you further in it. Not financial advice. Anything in this video is not financial advice. But the ExFi token just got a lot more interesting. So I will keep you guys updated. Appreciate you guys very much, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Later.